Hello.
The whole time.
Hello. Thank you, ladies, for being with me. I have my husband on too. He's going to be my go-to person in case something doesn't work right.
Very good.
You know how sometimes that is technology sometimes doesn't love me, even though we're using technology for this whole thing. Oh, that's the way it works sometimes.
It is. In the last year and a half, I've just gotten used to sometimes it just is crazy and we just roll with it.
That's exactly what I do. I just roll with it. I'm like, okay, that's okay. That's what we're going to do.
I used to get really upset about it, like internally, right? And then that just doesn't have a good vibe through the rest of the
Exactly.
situation. So,
You know what? If we're on Zoom together, we're among friends. So we understand that things happen. So this is how I feel. And even with strangers, like it's okay. It's all good. So
yeah.
go ahead. What I think we'll do is we'll start. Alice is coming too. Let me just, since coming. So as people trickle in, what I'd like to do is go around and introduce ourselves and just say one of your favorite foods to eat each week. So if there's something that you have pretty much on the regular, let me know what it is because we're going to use this in building our meal plan. Okay. And I know that we know each other, but it's always good to have a refresher. Rissy, do you want to start?
Gosh, I got to think about what my favorite thing to eat is.
So
I
much
have
food.
so many different kinds of tacos
Okay.
regularly, like every week. Sometimes it's beef, sometimes it's chicken, sometimes it's fish,
And do you use flour
tacos,
tortillas or corn tortillas?
corn.
Okay. Tortillas. And what's your favorite cooking style? Do you like just something quick and easy, or do you like something that nice and slow and simmers for a long time?
Oh, definitely quick and easy.
Okay. Easy.
The less I have to spend in the kitchen after I get home from work, the more time I have for other things.
I'm with you. Do you ever use like slow cook meals though that you don't even have to think about?
I don't, but I wouldn't be averse to that. I just
Okay,
don't think about making them.
that works. And Jamie, tell me about you. What's your fave? What's your
Alrighty.
go-to?
My go-to, especially this time of year, I love a good soup
Yep.
and
And
like vegetable soups.
do you do a quick soup or do you do a slow cooker soup?
I do both, depends on the day.
Okay. All right.
I'm quite happy to to do the kind of cooking where it doesn't take a lot of, shall we say, time for
Yep.
me, but I'm happy to let things perk. If they're just minding themselves, I'm perfectly happy to do that.
I like it. Okay. And Allison, what about you?
My husband does a lot of the cooking and we're both doing this carnivore diet right now, which is very low carb. And so
Yep,
it's a
that's what I
very,
do too.
okay, it's mostly meats of various kinds, but it's a fairly narrow deal. We'll have some canned tuna in oil. We'll have some beef. He'll do a beef braise and he'll usually do it with onions and peppers, something like that. And then hamburger is a real go-to, and then eggs.
And what about steaks? Do you ever do steaks in the grill?
Yeah. There's a place here that delivers groceries that gets offcuts from filet from a restaurant maker, and it's very well priced. And so we'll get whatever they have because it's all pretty much, it's beef is crazy expensive. It's $19 a pound, but that's
Ooh,
what,
great.
and then ground meat is like 8 or 9, depending on where you're getting it. And so it's pretty crazy.
Where are you located? LA. So could you do like butcherbox.com?
I have done them and they're okay. My husband did Porter Road. They're very good, but I did not like the packaging. It was all non-biodegradable and we ended up with a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
A ton of stuff that I couldn't do anything with. I could upholster a bench with it.
Oh Lord. That's not good. So I've done Butcher Box and I've done Good Chop. Both of those I've done.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have a lot of farmers around me, so we actually go to the farmer themselves and get a lot of our beef. I have a field full of cows, so not too hard.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so let me show you the magic of this. We're gonna have a little fun with it. At least I think it's fun, and I'm a nerd. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. maybe. Can y'all see it?
Good evening, Christine.
Yes, exactly. Okay, this is Claude AI. You can use Chat GPT, you can use whatever you like. What I like about Claude is it gives you a price range. Now, it may not be applicable to everybody in every area of the US or whatever. It's take it with a grain of salt. It's doing whatever. All right, Ruthie, I'm going to start with you. Okay. I would like a 7-day menu. Do you typically eat 3 meals a day? I have 3 meals a day.
Yes.
I like quick and easy prep meals. Oh, let me let Sabrina in 1 second. Meals, and I love all different tacos. Vegetables, no vegetables,
Vegetables are good.
please include veggies at every meal with a couple fruits. Fruits a day. How much do you have a nutritional target for protein each day?
Supposed to be, I think it's 159 grams.
Okay, so let's
And
say,
I don't get close ever.
no problem. Let's just say I would like to have approximately 50 grams of protein.
150.
Yeah, in each meal.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And there it goes. It's populating the whole thing.
As much as I use AI, I never thought of using AI to do my meal planning.
So here's
This
what
is
else.
gold
Okay,
already.
so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back and look at it and we'll make adjustments. So we can say, I don't like salmon, I don't like whatever, and then repopulate it. So we're gonna go back, and the more that you can tweak it, the better off you are. Okay, so here we have for breakfast, it says I'm gonna have a Greek yogurt with mixed berries, sauteed spinach in your in a thing, and let me let Vicky in real quick. Almonds and a drizzle of honey. Now maybe you say, okay, I don't want some sauteed spinach for breakfast, so we could take that out. And you tell it, make these adjustments. We've got a turkey lunch, just a mixed green salad, got some fish taco night, high protein smoothie bowls, Asian inspired chicken bowls. And let's say I don't know how to make an Asian inspired chicken bowl. We're going to go down here. We're going to say, can you provide, provide a recipe for the chicken bowl? And it will give you a recipe for the chicken bowl. Okay. And then
Yeah.
I need a shopping list for this menu. I already have eggs, whatever you have, chicken breast, seasoning, I can't even spell it, seasonings, everything else. And you would list everything you have in your refrigerator or pantry that you think you already have. And now it's going to give you a shopping list by item. So it'll give you your proteins first, or your veggies and proteins and everything else. Can you give me an approximate cost? And then you can say, I only want the items that are cheaper. It'll give you by item, by grouping, what it approximately costs. And then it'll give you money saving tips. So buy this item in season, look for frozen alternatives, buy in bulk, and so forth. So let's go back up and look a little bit and take a look. Let's say, we're going to go back to sorry, I'm scrolling fast here. Let's just look at day 5. It's cottage cheese power bowl. So it's cottage cheese, sliced peaches, sauteed cherry tomatoes, and bagels. I don't really think that goes well together. So I would say, hey, for day 5, take out the cherry tomatoes or take out whatever, and it will redo it and redo the whole shopping list for you.
No.
So you see what I'm saying? When you have to say, okay, that menu is good, I don't like whatever, and have it take it out, and it will put something else in its place. So let's say for blackened fish tacos, it's using tilapia. I don't like tilapia. Please choose another fish like cod. and it will go ahead and redo it. So you can do it as many times as you like, and you can see how quick it is. Okay, so
Mhm.
now let's take a look at Jamie's because she likes soup. I would like a menu, oops, a 7-day menu with repeats of soup. These vary the types of soups. Soups I like to use slow cooker, and I like vegetables.
I have 2 allergies I can tell you about.
2 allergies. No
Mushrooms and bell peppers.
mushrooms. And the more you use it, the more it gets to know your likings and dislikings. So the more you use it, the better your menus come out. I would also tell me about other proteins that you like.
Beans, rice, good stuff.
Beans, any chicken, beef, or anything else in your soups? Just vegetables?
Yeah.
Soup. And what about breakfast? Anything specific?
I like anything with oatmeal.
Okay, oatmeal. Breakfast. See what it comes up with. And as you go through it, like I said, the more that you refine it, the better your results will be. So it says apple cinnamon oatmeal with walnuts for breakfast. Now it gave you a turkey sandwich and avocado and carrot sticks for lunch. Maybe you don't like that, but they give you a slow cooker white bean kale soup. It'll tell you what you need to go with that. And if you ask for the recipe, it will search for the most popular recipe on the web. So it'll give you a recipe. You may not love it and you may have to adjust it, but you can make it your own. Day 2, we're looking at a banana peanut butter oatmeal, a chickpea salad wrap, slow cooker split pea soup. But you could very well take the split pea soup and eat it for both. And it makes enough that you can have for more than one meal. So it's not like you have to redo it every single day, but you can vary it up a little bit. Got berries and almond oatmeal, slow cooker black bean and sweet potato soup, Greek yogurt bowls, fruits. So you got some things you can play with and things you can take out. And maybe you don't like coconut and chia seed oatmeal, but it gives you an idea where you don't get stuck in a rut. And that's what I really like. So when I was a chef, I would have to create meal plans for people by hand, write it out, adjust it, take out anything they might be allergic to. It took hours and hours. And then they would say, you know what, I don't really want that anymore. And I'd have to start from scratch. This allows me to create things in a snap. And then I create the recipes from that. I don't actually get the recipes from AI, but it gives me a starting point, right? So that's what we're looking for, is a starting point. And then you get it's an idea generator. Okay, so Allison, let's take a look at your carnivore. This is fun because I use this all the time. I would like a 7-day carnivore menu on a budget. Populating. Okay, so obviously it's a very simple menu because carnivore is fairly simple. So you got scrambled eggs with butter, pork sausage patties, ground beef patties, more fried eggs, a slow cooked chuck roast, bone broth, beef liver and onions, more fried eggs, leftover chuck roast, bone broth. So it's just going to go through baked chicken, chicken liver pate, sardines, hard boiled eggs. So let's
Yeah,
say,
it is boring, and I don't like to mix it up with half that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And
but
it's
that's
really
okay.
about reducing food from entertainment to just sustenance.
Absolutely. I totally get the concept. But let's say I only eat burger patties, eggs,
Yeah, like no organ meat, for example, no offal.
no organ meat, and
And then some veg is okay, something like that. So you could we could start adding in things like
what kind of
that.
veg do you like?
Onion, tomato, and bell pepper.
Do you do any salsas or anything like that?
Yeah. Probably shouldn't, but that's where we're at.
No, there's no judgment. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. No, it's self-judgment, which is ridiculous, but there you go. There's a certain thing when you get real hardcore with this that you feel a change in your metabolism, which is remarkable.
I've been doing it for 6 months, and
Okay.
I can promise you there's no judgment. We all have to do what we have to do.
Huh?
Okay. So let's take a look. It will adjust it for what I said. It'll give you some meal prep, like purchasing ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's definitely simplified it. Now we're looking at 4 scrambled eggs, 2 burger patties for breakfast, lunches, burger patties and fried eggs, burgers with salsa. It's pretty generic, but here's what I like. If you come down to the bottom, money saving tips. Buy beef in bulk, looking for family size packages, make your own salsa and season, buy the frozen burger patties, things like that. Let's say a shopping list, please. Oops.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Right? It's nice because then you don't forget things and you don't have to sit down and write them all down. And maybe it doesn't have exactly what you want, but at least it's a starting point. So if I was going to make my own fresh salsa, I need my tomatoes, onions, cilantro, peppers, and limes. Some optional things like even like freezer bags and containers. The things you just don't think about. Like my husband takes his lunch to work. And so I have to remember, okay, we need to have these things on hand or he's not going to be packing, then he'll just buy whatever. So I'm trying to get him to the point where we're in good shape. Let's look at some things like, let's say we're having a major craving and we need something sugar-free. Can I have a couple sugar-free or keto dessert ideas? For everybody that just came in, I'll be right back to you, I promise. I don't know why it's, oh. All right, so we're gonna switch out to a minute because it says I'm out of free stuff, which I don't know why I think I paid for that, but okay. I have, but you get to see how each of them work. I switched over to chat or sugar-free dessert. Chocolate mousse, you've got whipping cream, cocoa powder, monk fruit sweetener, vanilla. I told you how to make it. Peanut butter bars. Now let's say I wanted a carnivore dessert. Seems a little weird, but they do have them.
That it does.
Come on, work for me. Do.
You know, Christine, I'm just going to share. You don't have to be so nice and say please and everything. It doesn't care.
I always do. It's just my normal.
It's just in case the robots take over the world. You've been kind to them.
Right. Yes, they go crazy. They take over.
It doesn't care if you spell it right either. I misspell things all the time and it still knows what I'm saying.
This is great, Christine. Thank you so much. It's perfect. It's so simple.
This is actually a really good recipe. I've made quite a bit. The carnivore custard. Because it really doesn't have anything in it. It's got a little bit of heavy cream, which you can do with it. But honestly, it's got all the good stuff. So if you want, I can copy and paste it back to you. Or if you have it, you can just put it in the
Oh, sure. I'll take that. Thank you so much.
Of course. Let me do that real quick.
By the way, while you're copying and pasting, I ask it please too. So you're not alone in that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I hate to think I'm the only one doing that, but I do.
You praise your AI. That's very good. That was brilliant.
I do. I also thank them afterwards.
I do too,
and I've actually named it. My chat is called Buddy.
Buddy, there you go.
I'm putting the recipe there in, it says I have too many numbers, too many letters, whatever. But it should be right there in the chat. And I can also, after we're done, I'll put it in the, send it to you on Facebook Messenger. Paste that in there for a second. So we have it. There we go. All right, now it's in my notes so I can send it to you later. Okay, so for those of you that just joined me, Sabrina, how about you? What do you like to eat?
I like variety. Basically, I usually don't eat the same thing every day.
Okay, we have something different every day.
Yeah. And I eat everything but seafood. I don't like fish. I don't shellfish. I don't like
No seafood. Got it.
no seafood. And I cook mushrooms for my husband, but I don't cook them for me.
Okay, so
So no mushrooms.
no mushrooms.
And
What kind of cooking do you like to do? Do you like to do long, slow cooking, or do you like to saute things or put it in the oven?
I do everything.
Okay.
I make chilies, I make soups, I do steak, I do pork chops, I do risotto, I do all kinds of things. I love veggie bowls. We do a chicken veggie bowl that's got fresh vegetables so that the sauce on it is like dressing,
Right?
but the chicken is hot and the quinoa is hot. And sometimes I do cooked bowls where I saute the vegetables in a frying pan and then put them on rice
I love it.
use a cooking sauce. So I do a lot of different things.
Yummy.
So I'm
Okay, so
pretty open, but I love lots of vegetables. I'm not that particular on peppers, but I cook them because my husband likes them.
I like it. Good. Something different every day.
And I love spinach, but it needs to be fresh. I can't eat cooked spinach. So a
get
lot of my vegetables, the lettuce vegetables, the green vegetables are not ever cooked. They're usually fresh.
I like can't see that side. Soups, chili, no seafood or mushrooms. See what it comes up with. I got the sniffles tonight.
Oh, no.
No, it's just allergies. It's just a weird. It goes from really cold to really hot, and my body's, what is happening outside? Okay, I'm gonna move us over to here so I can see. All right, so this one has a scrambled eggs with sauteed spinach and goat cheese, roasted veggie bowls with zucchinis, bell peppers, cauliflower, and a tahini dressing, a hearty beef and vegetable soup. Then it goes to Greek yogurt with chia seeds and walnuts and raw honey, broccoli cheddar soup, and spaghetti squash with ground turkey and marinara. So it's got quite a bit of variety.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go down, it'll come up with things like zucchini stir fry and peanut sauce and things like that. And again, if you find something that sounds interesting, you can ask it for a basic recipe. Sometimes it will pick up like famous chefs' recipes or something like that. So sometimes you get really good ones, and sometimes you like try again, and it'll give you a different one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can adjust as you go.
That's cool. I never even thought of doing this because I'm pretty creative with my stuff because I usually cook most of the stuff from scratch.
Yeah.
And I never even thought about getting ideas like this.
Well, and again, it's just a starting point. It doesn't have to be your end point. It could just be like an idea generator. Hey, I'm sick of eating the same thing every day. Give me some options.
Yeah.
But what I really love about it, with the real power comes in, let's say I say, hey, my macro nutrient needs are 150 grams protein a day, 50 grams of fat, and I don't know, 20 grams. That's probably not even right. That's not good math. Let's see, 50, 50, 200. Oh, whatever. Figure it out. Carbs. Can you help me? Thinking. So now it gave me a 7-day meal plan with those macronutrients in it.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you don't stick exactly to it, it's going to help you get closer than you would if you were just eyeballing it. And if you don't want to sit there and type in every macronutrient for the rest of your life, this is a really good way to go. And likewise, if you're on carnivore and you want to make sure that you're having enough, because when you're eating just meat and you're eating salt and water and all the good stuff that helps your metabolism rev up, sometimes you're so satiated that you're not really hungry, and you want to make sure that you're having enough food. So it's not just that you're having too much food or not. You want to make sure you're having a good balance of enough foods. Excuse me. And this way, you can see it adjusted it so that it still has all the things that we asked for it before. It still has chilies. It still has soups. It still has vegetables. It's got our protein smoothies. and it gives you a macro split by day. So you put in whatever your parameters are, or whatever you're shooting for, or let's say I want to make sure I have enough healthy fats in a day. Okay, I'm eating steak and I'm eating ground beef, but am I having enough fats? And if not, how can I adjust it? And it will give you the information. Now I went
Throw in an avocado.
yeah, but if you're on carnivore, you're not eating avocados.
Oh,
So
I'm not on carnivore.
but I'm saying it depends on what your
exactly.
eating style is. So if you're keto, it's pretty easy. You add avocado and you're good to go. But you have to decide, like, okay, what's going to work in my body and how can this help me?
Yeah.
How can I keep drilling down? So let's say make it a keto menu instead. And voila, it will do it. And so now it's going to give you a low carb, high protein, moderate fats. And so it'll keep adjusting it for all the information that you feed it, just like anything else. And so it's really handy to have, because I do a fairly straightforward carnivore. My husband is more ketovore. Like, he does a lot more berries and things like that. And so I have to constantly adjust for these things to make sure that everybody's getting what they need. And 17 classes of nutrition. And I find this is really helpful because I have a lot of clients and there's a lot of parameters. Everybody eats differently, but they still want good, healthy, yummy food. So where do you go? And I find this to be a great way. Even just a shopping list function is fantastic.
It is. It's amazing.
Vicki, you want to add anything in terms of what you like?
I can't think of anything that I don't like, to be honest with you, but I do have parameters that I work with because my daughter and I, we cook together. So it doesn't work for me to have one meal for me and one meal for her. And she is gluten sensitive. She can't have anything with almonds in it. She can't have mushrooms. There's a lot of little things that she can't have in there, but I'm going with you, working with you. You've got me eating more protein because I was vegan for a very long time. This is I'm adjusting to it a little at a time to get in enough protein.
Right.
But I love having eggs and goat cheese and turkey bacon for breakfast.
That is a fabulous breakfast. And look, it just gave you eggs and an avocado.
Yeah.
So we took out the gluten. I took out the mushrooms. I took out, what do we out? Nut free. It still gives you high protein, moderate fat, and low carbs. So you can see how it's going to build compared to what my ChatGPT is going to be so thrown off from what I normally do. It's going to be like, what is happening with this woman? But you can see like a sugar-free marinara. So it's going through and picking up things that we're talking about. Is that making sense for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then if you're saying like, I have a party, I'm having a party. Oops. I have vegans. This is really fun. I told you I'm a nutrition nerd. Vegans, carnivores, diet, and
This is like the nightmare dinner party, right?
Right? Isn't that how it goes when you invite people over? You got to have something for everybody.
Yeah, everybody's getting like chips.
Here's the veggie table, and
It'll be a potluck. Bring your own.
Exactly. That's the solution, Vicki. Well done.
I like to make it think. Here's a menu that will work for everybody. Appetizers and finger foods. We've got our hummus, our baba ganoush, our olives, our cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, stuffed mini peppers, deviled eggs, crispy cheese.
Oh yeah, this is brilliant, actually. Well done.
For me, when I help people, when I used to cater, this was one of the challenges. Oh, some people don't eat this and some people don't eat that. And
oh yeah,
you have to come up with 1,000.
Every job is a nightmare dinner party.
Yeah, pretty much. So this, my gosh, if this was around back then, I'd have been like, hooray.
No kidding.
So it even gives you desserts to serve to people. Chia pudding with coconut milk, avocado mousse, carnivore custard, even drinks. So it's pretty awesome. So we've got protein choices. You've got grilled chicken, spicy chickpeas, ground beef with Middle Eastern spices, marinated tofu. So we've got everybody. And it tells you who it's for. You've got your keto, carnivore, Mediterranean, or your vegan Mediterranean, or your carnivore, keto, Mediterranean, or your vegan Mediterranean. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody. So this is it. And I hope you will play around with it. I hope you'll get a sense for what it can actually do for you. Because like I said, once it gets to know you,
I want the recipe for the chia pudding and coconut milk.
okay. And I have a recipe for the chia. It's really good.
That sounds like slimy-licious.
It gets nice and thick.
Yeah. Chia.
I've done one before, but
My sister swears by the chia pudding with coconut milk. She loves it. She does it like she'll put it the night before, and then in the morning, that's what she eats.
yeah, I've done that before. I was wondering how this one would be different. Only problem is now I have with my daughter is that she can't use any of the sugar substitutes. She gets migraines.
You
Oh.
could substitute honey for that. You could put something
Yeah,
else.
that's what we've started doing is
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah, that'll give you. I'll shoot that over to you here.
Okay.
Hang on just a second. We'll find Vicky Pool. There we go. Boom. Paste. It's long, sorry. Okay, there we go. You've got that recipe now. Anybody else? Anything? It even asks if you want to change it up. Would you like it chocolate or cinnamon spiced? So I really, it gives you a lot of creativity. It gives you a lot of different options that maybe you didn't think of. So let's say I said, I need a soup in the slow cooker.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And you may have answered this before I got on here because I got on here late. But do you ever give it a list of some items that you have in your fridge and say,
Yes.
create me a recipe with that?
Absolutely. Well,
Okay.
That's typically where I start. I start with, hey, I have 2 steaks and I have a chicken breast, I have this and that and this, and I list a bunch of things that I already have in my fridge. And in my pantry, I have XYZ. Can you create a menu and give me a shopping list for everything I don't have? And boom, done. And then I go through and refine it. Okay, I don't like salmon, take out the salmon, add in this, or just give it a little more. And it maybe 3 by 4 times or so, I have exactly what I want. Vegetables and a protein. Brucey, did you have a question, honey?
I had I don't know if you've ever heard of these, a nutrition DNA test done.
No, but that sounds fun.
So I was even a little more nerdy here than most. But what it really does is I don't know how to explain it without going into lots of details. It tells you like where your dirty genes are and how you can fix those by what you eat. And then it gives you like some suggestions on the types of food. So if I told this, I need to have no trying to think one of the things I'm not no folate. Would it tell me the foods?
No. Oh, yeah. You want to know what foods have it?
Yeah, like, or I shouldn't have folate, so I need a menu that doesn't have folate or chromium or whatever, or
Let's
does have
Let's
these
take
things.
a look. Animal-based sources. So you want to, okay, so you want it's essential for cell brain growth. It's no. Okay, so that's the one that have folate. So you want to stay away from that, right? So you want a no folate list.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot
So
have
we'll tell you.
have.
Okay, so it's just like going into it will tell you your macros if you give it that. It will tell you these other things if you just tell it.
It says,
This is what I'm
you
trying
need
to
to
work
avoid
on.
folate. Yep, it's going to tell you what you can do to best support it. Since you have to avoid folate, it says, be mindful of your food choices. Would you like yes. Yes, please. I know I don't have to say please, but I can't help it. Not only am I a nerd, I am a nerd with manners. Okay, 7-day low folate meal plan. And then you can
Awesome.
say, I need XYZ in my macros, and it will bing.
Because what I have to do now is I have to go back to my study results, look at it, make sure I'm not like it's just
Yes.
it takes me probably 3 hours to do a 2-week meal plan for just me.
No. So what I would do, I would put the whole study in the chat. It says, I cannot have folate. I cannot have this. I cannot have that, but I can have this, and I want my macros to be this, and it will come up with something. And then from there, you say, I don't like that. I want to change it. Or I like that. Can I have more of that? Now, I personally, just from a shopping standpoint, I tend to be like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday eater, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday eater. So I don't have a lot of variety. I like to keep it simple. So I always know there's something done and ready. And then there's other things that I just can mix up with. that make sense?
Thank
Anybody else
you.
have a question? No? All right, I'm gonna stop the share then.
I'm assuming, having used ChatGPT before myself,
Uh-huh.
that because we don't eat 3 meals a day, we eat 2.
Mhm.
And because we're doing a fast, like a
Fasting.
16-hour fast kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
So I would then make sure I give that directions that we only have 2 meals a day and da 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 da.
I'm doing a 16/8 fast, and I would like 2 meals that will keep me full, that will keep me satiated. These are for your macros. I want to make sure that I have XYZ protein, and I want to make sure that I include these vegetables or whatever it is that's going to keep me full for my fast.
Okay.
Right? And it'll give you a
Awesome.
list of suggestions, and it will give you some fasting suggestions too. Add I can talk. Add bone broth, or make sure that your coffee has that it's black, or that you put butter in it, whatever it is that you're doing. So, yeah, it'll give you some good suggestions there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? Let's talk a little bit then about what's coming up for us, because nutrition is my game, but I also love to teach fitness. So Vicky and I have teamed up, and we're going to do a no sugar challenge. It's 30 days. It's to help you find your sexy. We like to be sexy sometimes, yes. But we are providing meal plans, and I will be there cooking all the time and providing recipes. That's my specialty. And then, of course, you have the wonderful Vicky Poole, who is going to be doing EFT. She's going to be doing group hypnosis. And then, because I absolutely love fitness, I have done 4 different fitness plans. So each week you'll have a different fitness workout to do. I can't think of the word. A workout to do. It's one that you can repeat over and over again. So muscle. We want to build up our muscles because muscle burns fat and it keeps us healthy. It keeps us from falling over and getting injured. It's really super helpful. So I designed a workout that anybody can do. You can do it sitting down in your chair. You can do it standing up. It's something to help you build muscle, but not overtax you. So it's not gonna be so hard that you're just gonna be, oh my gosh, I want to do this. Something you don't want to do because it makes you feel good. So
And it's not like an hour workout or anything like
no,
that. It's
15 minutes.
Yeah, and I've been playing with it because she sent me a couple of the videos and I've been doing them, and I can already tell because I don't know that if any, but I was having a lot of hip issues. Like when we were in San Diego, Allison, I had a lot of hard time with walking and everything, but that's a lot better. But the cool thing is some of the actual exercises that she's got in these videos, I'm actually helping my hips as well, because what I love is that she does a movement and then she says, this is what this movement does. And so it's an everyday thing, especially as we get older. It's like a big deal because I want to defy the odds and not be one of the examples of how decrepit you get as you get older, right? So I'm really excited about that. Along with, I hired Christine to help me because with being a vegan for a long time and hitting menopause, I was starting to have a lot of issues with weight gain in my belly and different things. And so I reached out and I said, okay, I've already stopped being a vegan, but I'm trying to get a little bit better about the protein. And she said, oh, you're not eating near enough. I had no idea. So she's been great about helping me with that. So she does amazing things, even more than the stuff that we've seen here. And then I do a lot of stuff with the mindset, because we can have all the direction in the world, and if we don't have our mind in the right place, it goes to hell in a handbasket, my grandmother always said. So so
My
there's a
grandmother
lot
said the
there.
same thing. Vicky's helped me a lot too, because I've done tapping with her and I've done hypnosis with her. Because again, you can be an expert in one area and still need help. That's just how life is. And we talked about this before, like even professional athletes have coaches. So there's no shame in getting some extra help. But also, fitness is way more fun with friends. It just is. When you have that component of camaraderie and accountability and support from each other, it is a game changer. It's a lot more fun. And I know Ruthie and Jamie and Vicky are all in my sourdough class, and I have a leaderboard, so there's competition involved, and I love it because
I know, and Ruthie's winning already. And I even asked her today, I said, so how the hell do I get on this leaderboard? She said, you're on it. Okay.
you get points for every time you're active. You get points. There's something to be said for a little competition
So the
involved.
competition is on, Ruthie.
Maybe Jamie's gonna beat you. You ever think of that? Huh?
Hey.
She's
Bring
commenting
it
away.
on.
But seriously, the thing is, the more that we get involved, better off we are. And that I think is the truth in this program, and it's also true in Find Your Voice, it's in and the wealth experiment, everything. Like the more that we interact, the more that we rise. So stands to reason, the more that we can get involved with our fitness, and it's functional fitness. It's about being our best self as we get older. It's not about trying to fit in a bikini or anything. It's really just
It
keeping
could be a side effect.
that would be good, but yeah, that's not exactly what I like. How about we don't jiggle when we wave?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good
I'm for that one because luckily I've got on sleeves you
keep
can't
waving
see.
after we're done. Hello,
Let's
hello.
start with attainable goals, right? Like jiggly arms.
Right,
Yes.
for sure. I work out a lot, and my arms are still got that jiggle. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. The changes that you can have through going through this program are just extensive. And so even if you only got one, it would be worth the price of admission. So it's only, what was it? What is it, 250? Yeah,
For 30 days.
for a 30-day program.
We
And then
extended
it
it
has
from 2 weeks
all of
to
this
30.
stuff. And then if you sign up before the 5th, you get is it 5 bands that you get, exercise bands?
Yep, 5 exercise bands that we use in some of the workouts. It's a really great way. That tension really helps build the muscle quickly without it hurting you. So they're really fantastic to work with.
So are you going to drop the link in, or what are you going to do
Yes,
with that?
if I can get
So
my
anybody that want to just check it out, because Sue created the link, the landing page. So it's beautiful. And I've told Christine, because she created it for the last one too. And it still has the belly dance lady, but she is so gorgeous. And I love the outfit. And I was even telling Christine, I said, I want her outfit. She said, put that out into the universe and see if it comes. So
figured, hey, you never know. I want that outfit too.
No, I
Okay.
want to see the outfit. Yeah.
All right. So if you click on the link, you'll see the outfit because it's super cute.
yeah, it's more than cute. It's gorgeous.
It is.
Yeah.
When I used to belly dance, they never looked like that. I will tell
Yeah.
you. Well, I never looked
And the
like
thing that I liked about her too is she's not some skinny mini that I can't aspire to be and don't want to be. I don't want to be skinny.
hers are
I
beautiful.
used to. I want to be more shapely.
That's why we're finding our sexy, yeah?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So yeah,
That outfits all my brand colors.
I
there
know.
you go. See, we knew. I'll tell you, Sue does a great job with landing pages. In fact, I just hired her to do a landing page for me too, because I used to try to make my own, but they never look like hers. So I'm like, hey,
I know.
help
I
me.
told Christine for our Mining Your Acres of Diamonds on Monday, Sue's going to be talking about how she does all that stuff. And I told Christine, I said, she's going to teach us all how to do it. But for me, I don't care how to do it. I want her to do it for me. So to me, it's I'll pay her to do what I don't want to do.
I took your advice. I did the same. All right. Well, we have covered a lot of stuff. If anybody has any questions, holler at me. If anybody wants recipes for a specific thing, let me know. I'll do that for you. I have the world's largest collection of recipes over the years from different catering places I worked, and then I owned a bakery for 20 years. Anything that you need, just let me know.
Thank you. Is there a start date?
Pardon me?
Is there a start date? What is the start date on
The start date is
on-
February 12th, and
And it ends March 12th.
Thank you.
thank you for saying that, Barks. I forgot about the
Yeah.
end date.
Because it was because sometimes when it's a full 30 days, it still doesn't end up being on the exact same date the next month, but it looked like when I did it, it was the 12th to the 12th.
Yeah, and then
Well,
also
that's the way February is.
Valentine's Day, so you can buy yourself a Valentine's present and join us. But if you
Yeah.
sign up early, you can come into the group early, so you'll see what we did the last go around, and you'll get the workout early and some of the new recipes that I'm doing. So
Yeah, Ruthie was in the last one. So do you want to tell them how your experience with the EFT we did?
Oh gosh. So I don't want to give it all away because I
Yeah.
want them to experience it too. But I've done EFT tapping a few times before, But I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is really going to work for this particular thing, but it did, and extremely well. And I was just like, okay, okay. And you know what? I haven't had any black licorice since.
No way.
Nice.
It's
That's awesome.
Because we did
it's
EFT
gone.
tapping on whatever it is, that the one item that always called your name that you could never just pass it on by. Like one girl, hers was honey roasted peanuts, I think it was. We did it on that and it was amazing.
It is. And
Yeah, it was
actually,
really good.
mine was my house. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye, Allison.
Mine was
See you
bread.
Monday.
Mine was bread, and I bake bread every day. It's always tempting, but ever since we've done the EFT, I've not had a taste of it. I will put it in my mouth and spit it out because I have to taste it for quality because I'm giving it to other people and I don't want them to be like, oh, it's too salty or it's not salty enough or whatever. So I call it quality control tasting. You taste it and you take it out. And that's what we used to do in the restaurant all the time. You have to taste something and you don't want to keep consuming all this stuff all the time. So you would take a clean spoon, you taste it, and then dispose of whatever you didn't eat. So that's what I've done ever since we did our EFT. Good stuff. It's pretty amazing.
It is. It's really amazing.
It is. I don't even know I don't really understand how it works, but that's the beauty of it.
I don't understand why the electricity comes in the house the way it does either, but I don't care.
I've often tried to figure out how Wi-Fi works and how like fax machines work, and there's a whole lot of
Nah.
mystery.
I don't need to
Some
know.
things we just trust that they do what they're supposed to do and
That's right. That's
Right?
right.
carry
As
on
long
with
as I
it.
flip the light switch and it comes on, I turn on my TV and the Wi-Fi's working, I'm good.
I have to show you my new T-shirt. It says I'm a sourdough dealer.
I know. I want one of those.
I love it. We'll be the winner. Maybe you'll get one, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Watch out,
The
Ruth.
game is
Coming for
afoot.
you.
The game is afoot.
Yes. Thank you, ladies, so much for being with me. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. I hope I inspired you to give it a shot, to try it and
Definitely.
see what you can come up with. I would love to hear back and see what you took away, what you came up with if you tried it. See if it
Yeah,
helped.
super helpful. I'm excited about the time it's going to save me. And I have two different books of recipes that I've printed out over the years that I just cycle through and cycle through. And I'm like,
I'm wondering if maybe you could, if that's a printed book, you could tell ChatGPT, look for this particular recipe book and then see if it'll find you things from that book.
it's from different places that I've just put into a binder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you give it the recipe, say this is a recipe that I use. I would like you to make modifications to make something similar, but not the same. It will do that.
Now, what I'm
Put it in
saying
the
is I'm
oven.
tired of using my two
Sorry.
books.
I
I'm
understand.
tired of cycling through them. So I'm excited that ChatGPT is going to give me something new but similar.
The fun
Yeah.
thing is for you, Jamie, like you said, you really like soups, right? It'll give you some soups you probably never heard of because it's from around the world. So there are things that, like, I don't know, say you want an Asian inspired soup or you want a Mexican soup. They're not your typical soups that you normally would think of. Like you might end up
Fun.
with,
I like that.
it really is engaged. Like it just fires up your creativity.
Yeah,
And
I'm wanting to play with it now.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. I find it really fun. The nerd in me is woo. Let's see what we can figure out.
Well,
So
it's funny because I use it for all kinds of things, but I haven't used it for this. So I'm ready to dive into using it this way too.
one of the
That's what I
gals,
said.
the master chefs that I used to work for, I saw her on Instagram and she was showing people how to use a weekly menu up on your wall and how to take it from the wall to paper for shopping thing. And I had done this in another, I sent her the thing. She's stop it. Stop it. Come on, try it. She's not.
That's what I do now. I use a spreadsheet where everything's all blocked out and I print it off and it hangs on my refrigerator. It does. It takes me about 3 hours to do 2 weeks worth of stuff for that.
I'm sure you know since you've all used chat before, but on the very bottom, you can hit the copy button and take it from there to a Google sheet and then print it out. But you got to be specific because otherwise you'll end up with every variation you've just had. Make sure that either that you copy and paste it or you start a new chat with that one because otherwise, like, I've ended up
I
with,
always play it safe and I copy and paste it into something in my notes or something and then take it from there.
that works. That definitely works. I really appreciate you lovelies being with me. It was great. I had a really good time. Thank you.
Me
So
too.
much
Thank
fun.
you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Christine.
Thank
Mwah.
you.
Have a great
Thank
night, loves.
you.
Bye.
Been awesome. Bye.
Yeah, most of you in the sourdough world. Bye.
Bye.